jail footage just shook the whole internet. Lil Durk jumped in jail, and not by enemies, but by his own OTF goons. This ain't just jail politics, this is betrayal in real time.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Durk's crew, the same boys he came up with, are now turning on him inside MDC. Let's get into the mess, cause it's getting dark for Durkio behind bars. So, Lil Durk's trial got pushed back again. It's now set for October 14th, 2025. And this delay ain't helping. If anything, it's only adding fuel to the fire, cause things behind those jail walls are getting way too real. The delay means more time locked down in MDC Los Angeles, and word on the street, it's hella brutal in there. And here's the wild part. Durk is not in there alone. He's housed with his closest OTF affiliates. We talking Kayvon KZ Grant, DeAndre DD Wilson, Keith Flacca Jones, and Asa Boogie Houston. Day ones. But clearly jail changes the game, cause even when you got your team with you, loyalty starts to look a lil shaky when the feds start breathing down necks. Now let's talk about that footage. You know the one. Durk sitting alone in his cell, eating like he got no allies. Fans clocked that quick, asking where OTF was at.
Let's see what we have today.
Turns out, not long after that lonely dinner moment, the streets and Twitter went crazy with new leaked footage of Durk getting pressed and jumped by his own affiliates. Reports from inside MDC claimed Durk got into it with his own OTF members, not outsiders, not rivals, his people. That's why people are now speculating Durk is losing control of OTF. Let's not forget how we got here. Back in August 2022, Durk's name got linked to the Red Room of Lul Pub, Quando Rondo's cousin. Prosecutors painted it as a targeted hit. They stacked those charges quick: conspiracy, illegal firearms, and even a whole Red Rum for Hire scheme. The feds made it clear Durk was not skating off easy.
He's accused of conspiring with others to murder a rival rapper in Los Angeles in 2022, but the shooters missed their intended target and killed someone else.
Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight. It all started at this mobile gas station.
And even though he caught a tiny W recently, his diss lyrics against Quando Rondo got removed from the case cause his lawyers argued it was biased. Durk still ain't getting out. The court said he's too risky, and just like that, he's locked up till trial. Now let me put you on game. MDC LA is not your average holding spot. It's raw, violent, and nobody gets special treatment. Not even platinum artists. Inside there, fame means nothing. Durk's sharing that space with co-defendants who are also facing major Fed time. So it ain't hard to see how loyalty could crumble under pressure. Somebody got beef, they ain't waiting till trial to throw hands. Let me take y'all back to OTF Jam. Remember him? Dude folded under pressure and cooperated just to dodge a life sentence. So if he cracked, who else might?
I guess around 2010. He got out in 2022, right around the same time of the Quando situation. And he allegedly had been wearing a wire for the last 2 years.
I'm 22 to 24.
Durk got multiple co-defendants, and all of them are looking at hard time. And let's be real, the feds are known for turning homies into informants. It ain't loyalty season, it's survival season. That pressure could be the real reason behind that jumping. Somebody might be trying to save their own skin. And on top of all that, a new FBI affidavit came out of Chicago linking Durk to another Red Rum for Hire plot. This one ties back to the 2022 hit on Stefan Mack, allegedly a gangster disciples leader. According to the feds, there were messages and posts discussing payments Durk allegedly offered to get that hit done. They say it all ties back to revenge for his brother Dante Banks, who was shot in June 2021. The government is using this new info to justify denying bail, saying this underscores why defendant cannot be released pending this trial. So now Durk's name is attached to 2 incidents. He's been jumped inside by his own crew, and he's still facing that massive RICO case. It ain't looking good for him. The streets are watching, the feds are listening, and the footage don't lie. Smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next drop. Y'all, King Von's death has been shrouded in confusion since day one. But now, a nurse who claims to have been there during his final moments is speaking up, and what she's saying is wild. For years, rumors have been spinning, with family members sharing different stories, and the streets piecing together their own theories. But this nurse has added a whole new twist to the chaos. Let's rewind real quick. Right after the tragic shootout outside an Atlanta hookah lounge in 2020, everyone was trying to figure out what exactly went down once Von was rushed to the hospital. At first, his cousin Bo claimed Von survived 2 out of 3 surgeries, even saying Von woke up, hopped out of bed, and started swinging at the hospital staff like he was in a full-blown fight. Bo even claimed Von asked, "Where's my gun at?" before collapsing and going into shock. Sounded like something out of a movie.
He hopped off the bed after the second surgery, and start fight. Supposedly asked the nurse, where's his gun at?
But now, that story's being called cap and hard. A user claiming to be an operating room nurse jumped into a Reddit thread and laid out what they say really happened. According to them, Vaughn didn't wake up. He didn't talk. He didn't fight anybody. Instead, his body was shutting down from the inside. The nurse says Vaughn suffered internal damage to multiple organs, his pancreas, spleen, and small bowel, and lost too much blood too quickly. On top of that, there were signs of sepsis, which can kick in fast after traumatic injuries like the ones he had. In short, there was no way he had the strength or consciousness to be jumping out of beds or throwing punches. And guess what? That nurse's story matches up more closely with what the official medical reports and police statements have been saying all along. The autopsy, though never fully released to the public, confirmed that Vaughn died from multiple gunshot wounds, including one fatal shot through the back that damaged key organs and caused internal bleeding. It was fatal, fast, and way too severe for any kind of post-op outburst. Even Bo's own version of events has changed over time. In some interviews, he said Vaughn was shot once. In others, he said 8 times. He first claimed Vaughn was stable, then found out from Vaughn's sister Sky that he had passed. He admits to being confused, emotional, and getting bits and pieces of info from different people in the family, which, to be fair, is totally understandable. That whole night was chaotic.
Like I said, Vonnie, he talking to me and Nisi, telling us that Vaughn good, he got shot 1 time, and this and that whole time he got shot 8 times, and I didn't even know.
But with this new nurse account surfacing, more and more fans are leaning toward the theory that Vaughn didn't wake up at all. They believe he was unconscious the whole time, which lines up with what most trauma doctors would expect in a case like his. Even Vaughn's manager, 100K Track, who was there that night and also got shot, has never backed Bo's story. In every interview, he talks about the shootout, but never mentions anything about Vaughn waking up or fighting staff. Either he wasn't there for that part, or it just didn't happen. All in all, it's been almost 5 years and people are still debating Vaughn's final moments. But this nurse's version, it's starting to sound like the realest one yet.